hear ye, gather round for another edition of Young Kings Wrestling featuring the Jeffrey Towns Willard Smith Summer Soundboard. And it's the last time you're going to hear it this year. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Summer is damn near over. Football season started, but we are here. We are here. Welcome to the Nuck If You Buckingham Palace. I am the thespian T.C. Fontaine, joined by Young King Reek, House of Havoc, first of his name. Got the chalice, the celebratory chalice. The shout out to our college football teams being undefeated chalices.
You're right.
Yes, sir. Head on over to shop.ykwrestling.com for all your royal apparel needs. Subscribe to us on YouTube and all of our social platforms at YK Wrestling. And check out ykwrestling.com, man. Make sure you subscribe. Most importantly, though, we need to get those numbers up.
Absolutely.
But, of course, man. As per usual, we've been pretty good on doing these like monthly, right? This year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man. Special guests. If not monthly, we might have twice in a month. But we on good track, man. We got another special guest here in the palace today. Royal subjects gather around, making his official debut at Nuck If You Buckingham Palace. Executive board member of the Cauliflower Alley Club, the head of creative and marketing of the Cauliflower Alley Club. Man, he's been marketing his ass off for the last month, going crazy. The host of the Cauliflower Alley Club radio and co-host of the Kayfabe Friends Wrestling podcast with my guy NJ Holiday. Man, we got David the Difference Lawson in the palace today. First time ever. How you doing today, David?
I'm magical, man. I appreciate you guys having me on here. Looking forward to what kind of shit you guys have dug up. And let's go for it, man. But the host of CAC TV, CAC Radio, that's a different venture.
Okay.
Strictly audio, but the TV function, we're doing that. And I may bring you guys in to help on some projects with that.
Oh, say less.
Say less.
I'm always down to work, especially when it's wrestling related.
Yes, sir.
Like, I love my opportunities in boxing and everything else, but like when it's wrestling, I'm locking in on a different level. So
for sure,
definitely make something happen. We're gonna have to talk when we get off air, man. But it's been a minute. Last time we linked up was WrestleMania weekend out here in Las Vegas. First thing you said thank you to us for making you look good with some of the clips from the Chris Bay show. So I gotta send that and reciprocate that back to you. Thanks for making us look good on that street interview you did in front of the stadium after night one, because like I was a little concerned about it. I get a little nervous when I'm on camera and I can't see what I look like.
Yeah.
So
what was there to be what was there to be concerned about? Number one,
I don't know. I was just nervous. Like I just get nervous.
Yeah, it's all love because we was talking shit for a minute there, and I was like, should I throw this in or? But maybe that's on the longer clip. But one of the things I learned is like, especially just doing all the media shit, is people take pictures, people take videos of people all the time, and like if everybody that was a factor was tripping off of how it looks or what, it's just out there. Like, promote my shit, get me out there. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure,
it was a pleasure. It was good bumping into you guys. Like, so many wrestling fans, and you see so many familiar faces. It was like, there they are. So it was a magic moment there to bump into you guys and connect like that. WrestleMania 40, man, Las Vegas.
Man,
yes, sir.
I see you was all over the place.
Was it 41?
Yeah, 41.
Shit.
Yeah, 41.
Time flies.
Yeah, man, so many. I seen you was all over. Like, I seen you was upstairs, you was downstairs. You was
out there, man.
A stadium. I've been in that stadium several times. It's not a small place. So like the fact you was everywhere is just like, and being everywhere when it's empty versus being everywhere when it's 60,000, 70,000 people in there.
Oh yeah.
Like, how do you manage to get around with all that going on?
I was trying to be everywhere like air, and it's interesting because usually I watch WrestleMania at home. That was my thing, and I was just talking to my brother yesterday. He's like he prefers watching it at home, but he's never been to a Mania. And when you're at Mania, it's just about the energy and the excitement and who you see, who you bump into, and the crowd popping and talking to people. So like, I wasn't glued to my seat the whole time. I was in there, networking and politicking and see what it could do. And, that was a magical experience, man. I ran into that was my first time at Allegiant. Well, I went for a concert, but it was dark as shit and, couldn't really feel the effect. But that was the first time for an event like that. And yeah, you got to make the most of it. I ran into my homegirl. She ran the concessions. So I was drinking and eating for free both days. And I was like, we're winning over here. Yeah. WrestleMania 42. I got you guys.
Hey, man. What are your thoughts on the actual event itself? Like, because I've seen people, they were talking about, especially since then, they've been talking about how bad it was. I was like, I had a good time.
Right.
Can't relate.
Yeah, I think it's so. I don't know if you watched the YouTube video I did with the 3 experiences: floor seats, nosebleeds, and then watching from home. So the comparison there was, it was specifically that when you're in the magic, like you feel the energy, like nothing could go wrong because you're there, and everybody's so hyped, and that energy is crazy, and like just walking in, it's like a fucking movie, and like just looking, it's like, where am I? And then when you watch it at home, you get the magic of the commentary that tells the stories, that tells the background, that, adds to it definitely. But I saw what people were saying when they were like, oh, this was garbage or this was whack. You got to love it for what it is, but the experience of being there took it to a whole nother level. So watching it from home, I could see what they were saying. I haven't watched it back since, except to reminisce on how it felt to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's really why I try not to watch, at least not for a while. Like I went to Mania 35. That was probably the longest day of my life, me and my boy. But I don't think I watched it back until probably maybe two years afterwards, because it's like you don't want to have that effect, because it's like, especially with a show that long, and it's kind of up and down in spots. It's like you really don't want to watch it back and be like, damn, it was like that. I was enjoying it. I did the opening and Kofi Mania and everything. Like, that was a vibe for me. So I don't want nothing that could mess with it. So I think I watched Mania 41, I think 2 months ago.
Okay.
And it's like I said too, I get in some points where you can see all right, it wasn't hitting so much here, but it's about the experience. You're not, like you said, it can't go wrong at all, because you're feeling it instead of just watching it.
Oh yeah. No, it was magic, especially being on the floor and watching all the entrances. And when New Day won, I was like, shit, and I got to them coming up. And then when you watch it on TV, and then here everybody was like, they didn't need that match. Hold on, that was magic, wasn't it?
Right.
So it's a different feel. When we went to WrestleMania 40, so out in Philly, that was my first one, and again, I had that mentality of, I just want to watch it on TV, be left alone, and just do my thing, make some food. But that right there was like, how can I not go every year? And that was the first experience. That was dope, and I was like, Mania's got to be a thing on the yearly list. The way we got in was crazy too.
What's that?
Oh yeah. That venue was dope, right?
Yeah. So that was it smelled good in there, man. Like, I know wrestling fans, they got a reputation. It did not smell like that at all.
The plan wasn't even to. Well, my plan was to go to Mania. I went out there with a film crew, and we were doing a different show at that time, and ticket prices all low, and we had a 12-person crew, and I'm like, we're going to Mania. So they took me there. I hopped out with my homeboy, and we got dropped off, and it's like, there's no way we could be here and not go in. So somebody did some smooth talk, and next thing I know, security was like, follow me. And dipped in there, got in the suites, and was like, all right, well, shit, let's go.
That's what's
that had me spoiled. If that was my first WrestleMania was WrestleMania 40. I don't think it can get no better than that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just like
what was 35? What was 35?
35 was a Kofi Mania the triple threat women's main event. That was the first one that year.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was just like 7-8 hours long. It was long.
It was.
It was kind of
I told everybody, like, I'm gonna be honest. We got there at the start of the pre-show. Me and my boy did. It had to be like, I think we got in there probably by 3:45. We was gassed by the end of Kofi Mania.
That's a whole work shift, man.
Yeah. I mean, bro, the pre-show was going 2 hours at least. Main show don't start till 7. I don't think the women's match went on till like basically midnight. So we didn't have the legs, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. So watching that at home, I'd be all for it. But that long sitting there, like it's almost like these last two I went to was like, it's over, but you got the next day to look forward to. Yeah, that is a long ass day. And especially with everything else probably incorporated with that weekend. Yeah, I can imagine. Sometimes you get wrestled out, man.
Yeah.
It's too much. But yeah, Mania is a magical thing, man.
How are we feeling about next year? It's coming back to Vegas. So we doubling down, pun intended. Sure. So we're gonna double down on our end as far as like as media creators, content creators. For sure. We're gonna go in. we have been going in. Y'all been going in, y'all thing, you've been doing your thing. Let's talk about Cauliflower Alley Club. Cause like that's the main thing I've seen you've been going crazy promoting as the head of marketing. Just had a 59th reunion. And first off, let's talk about what Cauliflower Alley Club is. It's the only 501c3 nonprofit organization with a focus on wrestling. Yeah. With you got your retired guys, you might need to help benefit them as far as like whatever they need. And that's what Cauliflower Alley Club is for. It's basically preserving the legacy of wrestling going all the way back. Anybody that's ever stepped foot in the ring, if you haven't stepped foot in the ring, which you worked in wrestling in some capacity, that's what it is. So I just want to reflect on your journey so far since, you've been an executive board member. How did you come into getting involved with the organization?
So yeah, CAC is definitely a passion project, and being a lifelong fan of the business, just like one of those surreal things that I can actually make a difference in this industry. I met Brian Blair when I was doing a radio show out here in Las Vegas. So I want to say the 57th, we were doing radio promos for them then. And I just told Brian, if you need help with anything, reach out. I got you. I'm in Vegas. I can make some things happen. And he called me a couple of days later and asked if I could do some videos for the honorees. And yeah, what he asked me was, can you play the videos? Call this guy. He'll send you the videos. WWE is going to send you some videos. All you got to do is just hit play from the soundboard. Oh, yeah, I'm in. Let's go. And then I want to say 3 weeks or maybe a month before the reunion, he said, I did ask you to make the videos, right? For the honorees. And I said, that's a whole different ball game. No instructions, no nothing, just a list of honorees and make a 90-second video for each one. So I knocked that out like a monster. And like that was it. It was off to the races. They was like, yeah, we ain't seen shit like this before. Before we get into like the core of Cauliflower Alley Club, that's a lesson like for me, like going through the ranks of wrestling media and networking, and it's anywhere you go is add value. Like if you add value without like looking for something in return, like doors just start to open. Same with FSW. It's like go in there. If I got to sell merch, if I got to make merch, if I got to sell concessions, like I'm part of this unit. I want to see you grow. And then it like the universe provides, man, and brings it back. So that's how I got in with Cauliflower Alley Club. And then, that was just the first phase, was doing the videos. Then it just kind of, once you get behind the scenes, you see the inner workings, and then you can kind of strategically see what needs help and what you can supply with that. And I think, working on the board. We got a strong board with B. Brian Blair, wrestling legend there, Darla Staggs, Rich England, Vance Nevada, like just a good crew of people that are all passionate, got a history for the business. And yeah, once I went to my first reunion, I was all in. Like I had no clue before that, even though it's been in Vegas. I had no clue what the Cauliflower Alley Club was about. I knew it was just doing awards and dinners and thought it was a club until I went and experienced what it's all about. It was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, so you ain't even been, but this was your third year then.
It was the third year.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah. Wow, yeah.
Yeah, it's been out here in Vegas forever, and I would pop in when we would do the ring setup for FSW. So I would be in there and see it, but I think the thing that a lot of people miss is the nonprofit aspect of it, and how many wrestlers we have helped out over the years that are going through financial difficulties. Could be medical, could be Wendy Richter, WWE legend, Hall of Famer. Her house burned down. We helped out with that, as you guys know, like in very near and dear to all of our hearts. And to me, like I really pushed, we need to help Chris Bay out in this situation. So it's not just the older guys. It's like, if you've been in the business, if you've dedicated your life to the business and you need help, all you got to do is fill out a request, and we approve it, and there you have it. That's what we do. Like since last year, we've given out $112,000 to injured wrestlers or people that are down and out, and that could be paying a phone bill, paying mortgage. It's insane, but the way we do that is through our memberships. So like sign up, become a member, our reunion, we fundraise. Nobody is like taking money from that benevolent fund. It all goes to help. So I hope you guys are members. It is $35 a year or $400 lifetime.
I'm getting mine.
Forget it. There you go.
Oh, man, that's what's up.
Yeah. I think because like people talk about, like, you love this business. The beautiful thing, if you go to a Cauliflower Alley Club reunion, which I invite you guys to come check out, is not only you go to fan fests and it's like you get your autographs, you do this and that. Cauliflower Alley Club is a fam fest where you can connect with fans, you can connect with people that's been in the industry that you don't even know. Like you bump in, start talking to somebody, and it's like, oh, so like, how'd you get into wrestling? Oh, my husband was Bruiser Brody. And it's like, oh shit. And imagine like the stories that you can hear. And especially if you're a wrestler, it's like, show up, learn some stuff. I mean, there's people that training. You got Dr. Tom Pritchard. Like I kept bumping into him in the elevator. We just talk as we're going down the elevator. It's so surreal. But if you're a worker in the business, so much knowledge that could help you get to that next level. I don't know why a lot of the younger generation has not dipped their toe in this pool of Cauliflower Alley Club. It's a beautiful organization, man.
Yeah, I knew about it, but I didn't know exactly what they were about until and we're gonna touch on it a little bit more, the Chris Bay show, and like, I met y'all there, and that's when I really like, oh, this is more. I thought it was just like a little like social club for just older wrestlers, just to kind of stay in touch or something like that. I didn't know it would really offer what it offers. So it's really one of the most important things in wrestling, I think, that people don't really speak on too often.
Yeah, I think it's education, right? Because like I said, I was here, I was a passionate fan, and I didn't know until I showed up. So that's one of my missions, being on the executive board, is to tell that story and spread that word. We get a lot of honorees. I was talking to Sting last year, and he had no clue what we did. I talked to, a lot of like Buff Bagwell, whoever, like the list goes on and on of people that go get an award, know they're getting an award, heard of the Cauliflower Alley Club, have been in the business for eons, and still don't know the core of what we do. So it's an education piece. And I think, talking about it on shows like yours, and you guys now knowing and being able to spread that message of how important it is, not just honoring the legacies, which is, like wrestling will live forever through the Cauliflower Alley Club, but our mission to give back to those that give so much to this industry. I think now that you guys know, and now that you guys are signing up for a membership after this airs, is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, man.
That's dope, man. Hey, so we got any upcoming projects, events, anything you want to tell the people about while we on the topic?
Um, so we're working on the documentary, which is behind the scenes of the CAC. Again, helping to tell that story of the Cauliflower Alley Club. So we got a lot of talent that's on that. So we filmed a lot of interviews for that. The big thing is, I mean, the work up to the reunion, and there's a lot of work that goes into it behind the scenes, and it's like 3 days. So you can ask anybody in my personal life. Is like they kind of got cut off during CAC season, and now it's like taking it all in, seeing what's next. But in terms of events, like it's just boosting, keep moving with the wrestling media, creating content, and moving forward. We're looking to do partnerships with independent companies to do fundraisers, quarterly fundraisers in different regions, just to help spread that word and raise money for Cauliflower Alley Club. So those are the main things. But again, it's a lot of work and building a team. So if you guys got promotions out there, in PA, we can put some stuff in motion, and I'm trying to make this thing as big as possible.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
we got one promotion we've been rocking with this year so far out in PA. Alpha Junior,
Okay.
his promotion out there, and where they at specifically? Like what city, Reek?
So
they all over.
They're close to me. They're close to me. Like I'm over in the Stroudsburg area, but they Alpha has his school over in Broadheadsville, so it's like maybe 15 minutes from me.
Okay. Yeah. They're huge supporters. That whole family, is like, you got to go there. I mean, and the connections are insane, and you just see how everybody's connected. But yeah, we would love to do that. It's just the manpower. So that's part of my thing is like to build a squad of people that can get out there, hit these events, do some representation and like take this thing to the next level. But other than that, I was surprised, like we don't do quarterly events, or we don't do, we kind of build up for the reunions each year, but I'm looking for more activations and events that we could put on throughout the year to spread awareness and raise funds, because that 100,000 doesn't come out of thin air. It comes from members. It comes from people knowing, and that could dry up quick, because just seeing the requests come in when somebody's going through something, and they could have been a referee for 5 years in the business in the 80s, and it's like, put in a request, we could help you with that, or medical bills or something's going on. There's just so many people ingrained in the business that you don't know about that could use our help. So it's not just the big names. I mean, we could talk Bobby Heenan or Kamala, or all the people that we've helped on the big names, and we don't announce the names out of privacy. A lot of people, it's a pride thing. People don't want it out there, but those that have said we can mention them, we definitely do, and it helps to spread the word.
No doubt.
That's fire.
So we mentioned the 59th reunion that included the roast of Mick Foley. Can you tell us a little bit more about the event and everything that was, because it looked awesome. So let's talk a little bit about that.
So the event, like, I want to say that was pitched in January through Barry Collin, who he's got a background in comedy. He used to have a comedy club in Seattle, I believe, and he did a stand-up show for a one-man show with Rowdy Piper. So he reached out. He's a supporter of the Cauliflower Alley Club, and he was like, it'd be cool if I could bring in comedians. You guys bring in the wrestlers, and we do a roast of Mick Foley. And I was like, sounds magical, because usually on Monday night we have karaoke night, and that ain't my forte, but they get out there, they're doing their thing. But I'm like, a roast sound like some magic. So through a lot of work, and he helped put it together, and it came together. It was supposed to be, so I did all the posters and the flyers for it, and it was supposed to be family friendly event, and I'm like, I've never been to a roast that was family friendly, and as soon as it kicked off, like, it took a turn. But I wanted, and some of the talent, I was like, this guy can't tell no jokes, but everybody pulled it off. I think just Greg the Hammer Valentine, he went a little left talking about Trump and shit. That kind of lost people, but other than that, it was a dope event, and the plan with that is to sell it to a streaming platform, and also, to help raise funds for CAC. But Barry, who produced it, that was all his funds that he put into it. So he donated the door proceeds to Cauliflower Alley Club. It was it was fun, man. It was a fun night, and everybody had a good time. And seeing the Godfather, Jake the Snake, like I said, even Greg the Hammer Valentine. That's my guy. He's a Vegas local. Missy Hyatt. It was, and the comedians, like, they killed it too. So I was wondering, like, what do they know about wrestling? And of course they did their homework. But Alonzo Bowden, who won Next America's Top Comedian, he's a big name. He came out and killed it at the end. And if you weren't there, hopefully it gets released, and we got some clips. But I do got some clips that I'll be posting on our channel. It was a good event. Like, I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we get to do one next year.
Nah, yeah, I need to see the whole thing of that. I did see a couple clips, but like, I did see some. It wasn't funny. It wasn't a joke or nothing, but it was something Mick Foley said, and he was like, kind of putting you guys over, like, as an organization, basically saying, like, wrestling fans want to give, like, they want to do things out the goodness of their heart, and when you give them an opportunity to do it, then they're going to take that opportunity and run with it. So, like, all the time you see, like, these GoFundMe's popping up, like, wrestling fans, they donate, they spending money to make sure everything is good for people. So shout out to y'all. Really appreciate what y'all doing. Let's talk about one other thing. Nattie Neidhart. You wanna ask her, because like, you've been the main one here on this podcast pushing for it after hating on my girl for all them years, and I told y'all she the truth.
Okay, all right, listen.
Yeah, let's talk.
Let me clarify. First off, shout out to Nattie, the winner of the 2025 Luthez Award. And this is my thing, and I've said this since day one. As far as the talent that Nattie has been, I have nothing but respect for what she has provided to the business, and she's an asset beyond measure to the current women, the women that are coming up. I've always maintained that. What I have said is, look, as an adult, when you're a kid, you love baby faces, you love the smiles and the people that are the good guys. When you get older, you like some edge to it. You like people that have some grit, some real edge to them, right? The presentation of her character on TV has never hit for me. It just hasn't. Like, I get it. You have your family lineage. You want to wear that a little bit. I get it. But it grew stale for me. It didn't hit. And it's like, I don't know if that's a creative thing. I don't know what the situation is there. So I've always been like, if this is what you're giving me, I'm not interested. Okay. But then I see what she's doing now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Going to Bloodsport and everything like that. And you got to talk to her about it. So I'm just like, can we get that on TV?
Right.
And now I'm locked in for sure. How you feel about that? I know you talked about it with her too.
Yeah. I think that I think everybody wants to see that. Like, being in the construct of WWE or any big machine, you got to play the game. I mean, we see the same thing with, like, Karrion Kross. But I think that, when she renegotiated her contract this time, it was like, do I stay? And, obviously, who doesn't want to be in WWE? But she is somebody that keeps evolving, keeps moving. So I know that, based on our conversations, was that she worked it in this to where she can have some freedom to explore what she does. And I for me, knowing the lineage, I didn't know that was when I seen Nattie pop out, I was like, oh shit. What is this? Like, she caught my attention. So I think you're not alone in that. But being in that box, you got to play the game. So how, and talking with her, the question was, is that obviously it's something she wants to do, but then you got to look at WWE. How does that fit in? Where does that go? They're pushing different talent. I would love to see it. Will we see it? Who knows? Because I thought when she took on Becky Lynch, right after Triple Mania. And they were kind of hyping it, and this different side of Natty at Triple Mania, and then the next day I was like, oh, we're probably going to see a switch of some sort, maybe even just a little dash of something to come, and we didn't see that. So I don't know. Creative is a different thing. I think that it would work, especially with the skills, the lineage, and that persona. I love it. Like Natty is a real one. She she'll cuss, she'll talk, she's passionate about this business. And I think there's a lot of wrestlers that you see. I mean, we could talk about Karrion Kross is when you guys saw him at the Bay event, and I know we're going to talk about that coming up. That's the Kross that got to WWE because he was able to create and do these matches and bring in that persona from his own will. Of like, this is how it's going to go. This is my character. When you get to WWE, it's like, well, now this is your character and this is your push and this is how much time you got. So I think it's beautiful that they are allowing them to go outside and do this. And hopefully they realize that that's what the people want, and how do they realize that? It's like us talking about it, us spreading the word, us saying that's what we want. Because they do listen from time to time of what we want. But I think that's how it happens. And even if it's just the magic of these GCW events, the Triple Mania, support that as media, promote that, I think that's what we can do. And hopefully, I would love to see it. Like, the Queen of Hearts, man. The low-key
we know they tapped
low-key legend.
We got evidence.
Yeah, we do. And they stole a couple of our ideas a couple times. So.
Who did? WWE?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Break it down. Let's talk about it. Let's put them on blast. What they steal from you?
What was the last one?
Some things. Damn, I don't even remember the last one.
What was the last thing?
But like, even it would be like little things, like not even just on here. Like you can mention something on Twitter. I think I mentioned I think the most recent one I could think of, like where we were talking about Karrion Kross, like when he started doing this gimmick of like pulling up on people backstage, like trying to get into their ear, like getting into Sami Zayn ear. Before that, the New Day, well, primarily Xavier Woods, but I guess it affected the New Day as a coalition. But like I was on here talking about like, yo, we ain't doing nothing with Kross, and I always big up Kross just because of the Vegas connection. Like he was in the main event of the first FSW show I went to. Okay. And then he got signed like 3 months later. So I'm always bigging up Kross. So I'm like, I want to see him do something more than just be whatever he was doing last year. Like I could see him being like Sean O'Hare in 2003, where he was like doing that gimmick, the devil's advocate.
Oh
gimmick.
Man.
Well, that didn't work
out
to
you,
Sean
David.
O'Hare.
Like 2 weeks later.
It did it.
2 weeks later, Karrion Kross backstage.
Yeah,
pulling up on folks, and I'm like, this is exactly what I was saying he should do, doing the Sean O'Hare thing.
You know what? Last year, I think it was good. It was when they was putting together the Mania card, and I had been griping about splitting the tag titles up for the longest. Yeah. So they hadn't announced the match yet, and I said, okay, if they're gonna get all these teams together, do a ladder match, and make one, or is it do a spot for Truth where he goes and takes one set of belts thinking that the match is over, and then they come out and announce, oh nah, you gotta go get the other ones and somebody else gets it, and that's how you split. Okay. And they wind up doing the match, and it's like, oh yeah, so whoever takes the Raw titles is gonna win, whoever takes the SmackDown titles is gonna win those, and that's the end of it. I'm like, I'm done. I said that shit a month ago.
Yeah. And R-Truth grabbed the belt, didn't he?
He did. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you guys got to start copywriting those ideas, man. WWE.
Right, I'm telling you. It's like you said, little things like that for the last, 5 years? Like, yo.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I know they're listening. I mean, and I know the brains sitting around the boardroom don't have it all figured out. So, I mean, it comes from somewhere. I don't know if it came from y'all. I'm just gonna say, put that out there. But
I like to think it did. Somewhere.
You're right.
I watched Unreal, and I see like I don't know how legit the context. Sitting in those meetings. I don't know if they actually run like that, but
Yeah.
Man, I'm like, if that's the case, we can contribute to some of those conversations.
Yeah. Now, I 100% think they pull from, like, social media is so big and there's so many creators, and I'm sure that, they got stuff. I think even with this Karrion Kross thing, which is a work.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. I was gonna say that, but we gotta get into it because we done said his name like 5 times already.
Yeah, right. Let's talk about it.
I saw you talking about it, and it's funny because just the day before I noticed he got the new theme song out.
Yeah,
and that right there had me pausing. Like, wait a minute, you had new music made, you got a whole video out.
Yeah,
I know he got independent dates. I think he booked out to like October. But it's like, hold on. And then I seen you say that it's gotta be a work. It's elaborate, but it's gotta be a work. He just showed up at GCW, But talk to me about that. Because I'm intrigued.
Yeah, well, I mean, you spoke on WWE Unreal, and I touched on this was, kayfabe's dead, they're exposing the business. Wrestling is always gonna find ways to evolve, and like try to be smarter than the smartest fans. And as much as we know, there's a lot of hope in what we want to have happen. But if you've ran a business, or if you ever step foot in a business, you understand that business is to make money and bring in new people. So when Karrion Kross is as hot as ever, the crowd's going apeshit for him. His merch is flying off the shelves. He's doing movies. He's doing documentaries. Like, all these people are supporting him. From sense to say, yeah, no, you're not valuable to the company. He is. We all know he is. So inner workings is, we love to be tricked, don't we? It's like,
as much as that just. I'm sorry. As much as people like to pretend they don't like to get work,
yeah,
y'all love it. I love it. I'll be open about it. Like, what was the last time we got worked on something? It was recently, but it made me feel great. I was like, I think it was R-Truth. Yeah, it was R-Truth.
Oh yes, yes.
When I seen a black dude ankles, I was like, that's R-Truth. I started going crazy.
Yeah, sure. I think that so this is what I love about this run here. I mean, the R-Truth thing was like cool. Yeah, everybody love. How can you not love R-Truth? And then give him a moment. And we ain't seen him since. All right, it's like, okay, what did that do for him except
another conversation?
Get him back in there. And yeah, we can definitely get into that. But I think on the Karrion Kross, so with that, 2 weeks later, here's R-Truth back. Oh, hey, surprise, he's back. When they did the CM Punk angle where CM Punk left with the belt, it was a week later that he came back, and it was like, you got to let that shit build, right? And see where it goes. So I think with this one, giving Kross time to promote his book, promote the movies, he's got the film festivals, do the indie bookings, and just build this hype. Like that motherfucker came out with merch the day after he got let go. He came out with a documentary. He got a new theme song. And it's like, and I'm not still, we could talk all this shit if we know what's happening, but still wrestling's like, it may be, it may not be. But in my mind, it only makes sense that Kross is just building this and he comes back at the right time. But I ask you guys this, and this is one thing I ponder. Kross comes back, and to avoid being just back in the loop, oh, R-Truth, you get a match, cool, disappear for a while. How does he come back? What is that storyline, and where does he go?
It's interesting because
he can't come back and be physical with the bosses because Triple H is retired, medically retired. So like I can't see him. That's something I could have seen back in the day where he come back and he get involved with like Triple H or somebody in management and have a match with them, have a program, have a big match. And then from there on, but now that you don't really have that option, I genuinely don't know where he could come back because like I don't even see what they'll be doing when he does eventually come back. Does he come back by Survivor Series? Does he come back by the Rumble? Does he come back before Mania? After Mania? I don't know. So like so many things can change in that time frame. I can't really picture where he's gonna be at because I don't know where nobody else is gonna be at during that time. But I do want to see him potentially contending for a championship. Like we don't got to get him in the world title scene off rip, but like the IC title, the US title, something that's kind of been eluding him this whole time. Shit, send him back down to NXT. Let him go run with some of them guys on there. They male division is, we talked about it several times all and over, that they male division need help down there. Like the women got it locked, but outside of the men in NXT, they need assistance badly. So if that's where you want to send them, he's already been NXT champion once. Yeah. So
twice.
But see now.
Yeah, he did win it twice. That's right.
But see now, right, what you just said right there, even going after a mid-card title, this is why I wanted him to win at SummerSlam. I know if technically he's going to leave, you lose on the way out the door. Yeah. But if you at least get it to where it's a split between him and Sammy, who's got the U.S. title now?
Sammy.
And obviously that's going to go on for a run because they love Sammy. They're putting him front street as much as possible. So he carries that for the next couple months, and Karrion kind of fades into the, at least the background a little bit. And, you take some attention off of it. Him reappearing and going after Sammy right away lights that whole thing up. And then you could carry that into a program by the time we get there, maybe into the Rumble, or even stretch it out to Mania if you really wanted to. That's how you really light that up. But with 2 losses now back-to-back to Sammy on PLE, it's harder to sell that, because why are you still coming after this dude again after he done beat you twice?
Right. I think that I love that, and I think that makes 100% sense for him to come back. But I also think, and just listening to his recent interviews that he did, and I was just watching one last night, was like, even if his character is designed to lose, he makes you believe that there's more to it, like he's trying to turn Sami Zayn or something. So he's willing to sacrifice for that. So I still think that, I mean, if we call this a work, are we on board? This is a work, or
you know what? I do believe it. But you know what? I was too, but I thought back to the Brian Pillman situation.
Yep.
Because that was supposed to be a shoot. Like he said, hey, actually release me from my contract, and I'm gonna do this like a work, like I'm going to WWE working that angle. And he actually went and jumped ship. So it's like that kind of concept, like, okay, all right, we're blurring the lines a little bit. And like you said in the video, like we got to create some new kayfabe because they done dropped the curtain so much, people know too much. So I after thinking back to that, I'm like, okay, this got some legs to it. I can see it being work.
Yeah, I think, and part of the buy-in is they made him lose matches. It ain't Kross. When we get Killer Kross back, he's just gonna run through whoever the fuck he wants to run through. So I think that anything, like whatever happened in the past, like no longer justifiable. It's like, okay, you guys made me. This is Kross, because it's gonna come back on a shoot angle, right? It's like even if it's Triple H, it's like, I can't get involved with you, but he starts bringing out these monsters to see McMahon bringing his corporate champion to take out. They've been talking about his Stone Cold Steve Austin-esque. So he could bring out whoever to, like, okay, you're gonna stop Kross. Somebody signs the contract. He some time. Survivor Series, like you said, WrestleMania would be a huge, back in Vegas. He wanted his Vegas moment. I'd wait for that. If he's tearing it up on the indies and doing his other stuff in the meantime, and still got merch and still making a living and still making rounds and still making it's only going to get bigger. Then he pops up at Mania 42. Is it 42 coming up? And WrestleMania 42. That shit would blow the roof off of the Allegiant.
Absolutely.
I mean, when he popped up this year, that was I was like, damn, I wanted him somewhere on the show. So like I was excited. That was the last time we seen him in Vegas. He popped up, tried to help AJ win, but like that pop he got was crazy. And that's like I don't really believe what they be saying on the internet about him because I've heard the pops in real life. I heard the WrestleMania pop. The last time he had a match was, and this is actually a perfect segue. The last time he had a match in Vegas was at the Chris Bay show, and that's his home promotion, so he gonna get a pop regardless. But like, people mess with him. They fuck with him. They're like on the documentary, the people they wanted to be where he was at. Like he really that guy, but for some reason it's not translating to some people. And I think those folks is just really just stuck in their ways. They not gonna see what's right in front of them anyway.
Well, I think it's because they're like a lot of this talent that comes up that I see on SmackDown and Raw. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Like why are they here? Right. But they got this background that I don't know. I mean, they probably did some wild dope shit on the indies or New Japan or I don't have a clue. All I know is you're presenting me pretty deadly or whoever the fuck they are, and it's like, why are these guys
not too much on pretty deadly?
No, I don't know. Yeah, I'm like, why the fuck are these guys here? I don't get it. So I think that the people that are against it or don't see it haven't gone back and looked at like this guy's a monster. He's done so much, and that character is undeniable. But yeah, pretty deadly. Even this Mero shit.
What's Mero?
Rusev? Like, what is going on with that shit?
Yeah, Rusev. Yeah, man, I ain't feeling
that. That's had me aggy for a while because I feel like they watered down what they saw him do in AEW. Like what he did in AEW was working. Because he was buying into he was fleshing his personality out more, which I mean, a lot of guys, especially in the pandemic.
Where is that?
Yeah, thank you. Especially in the pandemic, because you couldn't have no fans. They had that space and opportunity to really kind of dig into their character and let that out a bit. So someone like Rusev going to AEW and the God's favorite champion thing and those promos he was cutting, that was dope.
It was cold.
It was. But then they bring him back and said, okay, let's kind of keep him in that mold, but it's like source material. We didn't dig too much into that. So we got the great value version, and it's not hitting the same. And it should be.
No, Rusev is not like the crowd ain't popping for him. You keep forcing us this goddamn Sheamus Rusev match every week. I'm like,
I think I want more.
Care about this. Yeah, like make us care, do something. But when you see us again, going back to Kross, when you see this shit, it's like, why did you let go of Kross? There's no fucking reason. So, yeah, that blows my mind because I'm like, are we seeing this shit again? Like, what are they fighting for? Oh, because they're brawlers and they got to one-up each other? Nah, I'm over that shit.
That's old recipes. For real.
Yeah. But I know you were getting into Chris Bay there. But that's one thing that pisses me off is they keep recycling this shit, and it's like we don't want to see this. But the stuff we do want to see, it's like they're taking from us, and that's why I think it's all the way.
Because how unnecessary many damn times are we gonna see? Yeah. How many damn times we gonna see Penta versus somebody from the New Day?
Yeah. It's
man.
Every week.
It's become so formulaic. Is like Seth Rollins comes out, they do a 15-minute promo saying the same shit, nothing new, and then somebody comes out to face them. There's no. I talk about this.
Come out, LA Knight come out, Roman will come out.
Everybody makes their own matches. Like if you go into like a sporting event, a boxing card, right? And keep in mind this is wrestling. It's not. You just show up and challenge somebody and there's the match. No, you got an event to put on. You got to hype it. You got to do this and that. It seems like every SmackDown, every Raw, people just pick beats. I'm going to fight you tonight. How about you and me tonight? And the general manager comes out tonight. It's going to be I understand wrestling, but I think that
you didn't have your show ready before the show started, general manager.
Yeah. What if nobody had beef that night? It's like, we don't have a show, guys. Get out there and make some shit happen. It's just. And I get that aspect of wrestling, but it seems like every week is the same. Oh, tonight's going to be this. Oh, yeah. How about you and me tonight? And it just becomes, a little fast forward. let's get to something that's going to change the game. That's my frustrations right now with the product.
I lend a lot of that to the execs on the networks, though. Like I lend a lot of that to them, like putting too many cooks in the kitchen type deal. It's just like you wanted to pay this company all this money for their product just for you to want to mess with it. Like, what'd you pay them the money for?
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm saying.
It's insane. It's frustrating, but that is wrestling. You gotta love it.
Yeah. That's why I went off. That's why I went off about the tag team thing, because like I'm only gonna be patient for so long. There's only gonna be so many weeks where I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna watch y'all do the same thing. You got a tag team match and everybody gotta get involved. 3 strikes. Now I'm mad. Now I gotta go off. That's where that clip came from, because I'm just like,
that was fire though.
It was, but it's like, now can we get back?
We did a lot to get there.
Creating structure in the division. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Make some stories in there. That's all I was asking for. Yeah. It looked like we starting to get there, so I'm cool.
We got Wyatt6 and Street Profits coming up again. What?
And why? Don't get me started on Wyatt6. It's like, what the fuck are they doing?
Don't get me started either.
I don't know, man.
Like that is the same when you look at like Rusev. When I see Wyatt6 and they're like, oh, they might have a new member, or they're. It's like, what are you guys doing? That is like Bray Wyatt was special.
Yes.
Special. And the reason Wyatt6 was special is because of Bray Wyatt. You take him out of there, I think we were all hyped, and obviously we miss him. And when you see Bo Dallas out there coming with the Uncle Howdy, dope. Initially, dope. Like they murdered my guy.
Chad Gable and them.
It's a blunt force trauma.
Yeah, he was gone, man. And I was like, okay. And then it just became, what's going on? What's going on? Like, how am I supposed to be scared? Am I supposed to be intrigued? Am I supposed to be excited? I don't know how to feel when they come out, because it's not doing anything for me. And I don't know who I don't know who it's doing anything for, but that right there is frustrating as shit, because it's like, again, if Karrion Kross was a shoot, he's gone. There's a lot of other ways you could have cut the fat, in that. And I don't want anybody to lose their job. But as a fan, as somebody that is programmed to tune in every week to their program so they can entertain me, that's not entertaining. And I don't think I'm alone.
No, not at all. Nah. Like, I think they were taking advantage of, I feel like, the marketing aspect of the Wyatt6, because now you see they got the Halloween Horror Nights event set up and everything like that. I think they wanted to take advantage
Universal
of that,
Studios.
which is like, in hindsight, that's great, because I know Bo was talking about that's something that Bray would have loved to see, but it's like, there has to be a genuine aspect of it, of, okay, let's do this to propel something forward, or these talent forward. Because what was Joe Gacy doing before this? What was Rowan doing before this? What was Nikki doing before this? Like, and what are they doing now? So it's like it's right. It's not so, and more importantly, Bo was just getting back in the game when, right around the time we lost Bray. It's like, okay, we're gonna finally make something happen with him, and it's like, it's not making any headway anymore. It's just kind of like, okay, we created the shock value, but there's nothing sustaining it. It's here and it's there. Which is the kind of stuff we talk about with AEW, which that bothers me. I don't like to see that.
Yeah, it's putting lipstick on a pig, man, and thinking it's something different. It's like, nah, that's same shit. The thing that made Bray so magical was the stories, the creativity. He was like, let's try this, let's do this. There's like with Wyatt6 coming out, it's just a match of some guys dressed up like, I don't even know what they're dressed up like, but they're, I mean, I'm all for Kane shooting fire and, doing all kinds of shit. But give me that. I mean, what are they doing? I don't know. You turn off the lights, turn it on, there they are. Okay. What's next? There's nothing special about them right now.
Yeah, they just cosplaying to me. Like, outside of that first appearance they had where they came and wrecked everything, like, I ain't really been into it. Which, like, I wasn't really into what Bray was doing before he passed either. So, like, it's really just an extension of that. So if I wasn't into it then, that was 3 years ago, I don't think I'm gonna really get into it for real.
But you knew Bray was special, like the way it was being used.
Yeah, the theme stuff, loved it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Before he got released, I love that. But
like he made stuff work, but it's like it's the same thing again with recipes. Like the cook knows what he's doing with his shit. If you try to do his recipe, but you don't got the hands-on approach to it, it's like
you got the magic.
It's not gonna hit the same.
Yeah.
It's like you ever seen Breaking Bad, David?
Come on.
Okay.
Don't get me started.
Reek ain't seen Breaking Bad, so every time I want to make a Breaking Bad reference, I can't do it because he ain't.
It's on my list.
I'm here for you, man. I watched it for
so
10 times.
You know, no spoilers, but you remember when they was trying to get Walter up out of here. It was like season 3 or whatever, and then one of Gus's guys, he tried to go and start cooking and everything, and Walter's just like he don't know what he doing because like this is my recipe. Like that's same deal. Like you don't know what you're doing. Let's leave it to the expert.
Yeah, even the chef knew. He was like, "Yeah, this is what he's doing is different than what I can do." You know, you can have the formula, but yeah, it's the magic that you put in it. And don't say we're 20 years since. No spoiler alert. Like if you ain't watched it, you deserve a fucking spoiler.
Man. Breaking Bad been off air over a decade now. Like, you need to get on that. You got to the end of the year.
That shit is dope. And then if you look at like character development and everything, and I'd say this to a lot of like independent wrestlers, it's like you could pull so much shit from characters and shows like that. It's like it's like my creativity comes from shows like that. You gotta watch it, man. If you ain't watched Breaking Bad, I gotta question what the hell you're watching.
It's like it's like and Paul said that same thing. It's like when you started looking at the tribal chief character, it's like we're peeling from things like, you know, Peaky Blinders, The Sopranos, stuff like that, Goodfellas, like shows like that where it's like, okay, this is the character we showing you on TV, and where it's like that's why they should be like getting credit for, you know, Emmys and stuff like that. Because what was better TV than Peak Tribal Chief in the Bloodline?
Right. No,
you can't find it.
That's the Bloodline brought me like all in. Was like, this is exciting. What's happening next week? I love the tension. I love who's gonna come out next. That storyline, and I'm so like, I don't know. It's just getting blurred. But that storyline was dope. One of the dopest things we've seen in years.
Absolutely.
Dope. Like just dope. I was tuning in like, okay, here we go. Solo Sikoa just popped up. Okay. Jacob's in the mix now. And then it just, fell flat, but they could always revive it. There's so much to do, but that shit was rare. And I don't think there's been something in a long time before that or anything since that has captivated me to watch that show.
No, I mean, sure, SmackDown ass now. I don't even care to watch it. Like, it'll be on I get home, maybe watch the last of it, but like, I don't really care to even find out what happened on the show sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I was hyped when I got YouTube
John Cena's holding the show together. Now, he's only got a couple months left.
Yeah.
You said who, John Cena?
Yeah, John Cena. I don't know what else is John Cena. That's the only what's popping right now that's got you tuning in. I think just Cena.
Pretty much.
SmackDown, that's really honest. It. Like, and he not there every week. Yeah. Your champion hasn't been there for the last 2 weeks for good reason. Congratulations, Cody and Brandy. But outside of that, like, I mean, Drew, I like Drew, like Randy, but Randy always been my guy, so like, I'm not gonna ever say nothing bad about it. So that's really it.
Yeah, it goes through like, it's like with anything, it can't be all the time on. I get that, but I don't even like feel that like anything's building right now that's like, oh, this is what they're leading to. It's just kind of show up, watch the show. We'll give you
nothing consequential happens on that show.
Oh, Brock came out, and then
that's
where he been at.
That's it.
Yeah, that's gonna come back. That was a moment. Yeah. It's like, okay, and then we forget about it and go back to, it's just like this pop here, pop there, and then in between. That in between is what gets us kind of pissed off.
And that's been my biggest gripe because you created so many mid-card titles, and when in doubt, If you don't have a primary, a world champion, a centerpiece for your show, that's where they got to take over. That's where they got. That's what Seth did in 2018 when Brock was out. He was holding the show down, and I felt like putting the U.S. title on Solo, giving Julia the U.S. title, that was going to carry you somewhere. But Julia barely been on TV. Kiana getting more shine than her at this point, and now you just had him drop the U.S. title to Sammy. Which, listen, that could lead to what we're looking for there, but
yeah, maybe Sammy steps up and becomes that guy. But he doesn't need to because Cody's there. So, like, you just got Sammy and Cody there. They kind of the same guy to me. Like, no, to y'all that listen to the show, no, not like that. But when I say they the same guy to me, as far as like they the baby face, they could be 1 and 2 any given day. Honestly, you think about it. So
you talk about Sammy and Cody Rhodes?
Yeah, like as baby faces, like. How do you make them coexist on the same show with one of them? They gonna want a Sammy World title reign eventually. So like, how do you get him there when Cody's already there and they on the same program? You just move Sammy over there to the same show. You gonna move Cody over to Netflix? They should, but like that might be the next option. They should be.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, the thing that often gets blurred is like I think it's one audience. I don't care if it's blue or red brand.
Yeah,
like it's just WWE to me. So I'm not like, oh, if he goes over here, then it'll be different. It's the same shit. They can move and work it. I was just on Sami Zayn, man. I can't. All due respect, I love anybody that steps in the ring. I love all the talent. Sami Zayn, he plays the I'm gonna fight and get my ass whooped, but I'm a fighter. Love it, cool, but that's over and over and over and over
since 2014. Been the same guy.
You in the same space. We almost saying the same thing.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm like, why do I give a shit
about Sami Zayn for the last?
He ain't been an underdog since 2014. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
No, he ain't been an underdog since 2023.
Yeah.
Like once he successfully colonized the bloodline, I ain't looked at him as an underdog since then.
I didn't even like him. I understood for the entertainment, him being in the bloodline, but I was like, nah, I didn't want. They kind of like changed the. I don't know. It made for the whole bloodline saga was pretty dope, but the Sami Zayn, I'm just like, come on, man.
It was an arc of the story that added some juice.
Yeah.
But it was brief, and it needed to stay brief. This whole like him still being honorary Uso and stuff like getting in there like, nah, man, come on, cut that out. That was just a chapter in the story.
Bloodline member, you was not there like from the beginning.
Yeah. I got a blank
colonizers
bloodline and had Sammy on there. I was like, cut him out of the blanket, man. I don't need him on that thing. But
for real.
but yeah, hell of a story. And Beynefit.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah. We said we're gonna segue into this a long ass time ago.
Veer it off, man.
For sure.
First, I would appreciate first holiday and you just finding me a spot there, just like coming in, like being last minute help. But I appreciate the opportunity to help capture the moments of what was a special night. Let's talk about how things kind of came together. Like, obviously, if you follow wrestling at all, Chris Bay, couple days after Bound for Glory, broke his neck during a taping for Impact, I think it was. And so he hasn't been in the ring since then, just kind of been rehabbing and everything since then. So his home promotion out here in Vegas, of course, they threw a Beynefit show, and we had Karrion Kross on the show in the main event, defeated Hammerstone. They went crazy. Something happened during this match, and it made me feel terrible about my job that I was doing. I know you remember, like they was like fighting around by the bar in the back at the Silverton and like all this, and like something happened. Like Hammer picked up like a cone. It was like a safety cone that was there. That safety cone was there covering a plug that was like connected to the camera. So when he picked that up and used it as a prop, as a weapon, I'm trying to follow the action with my camera. I don't see with I unplugged like the whole feed on accident.
Oh
And I was
shit.
just like, I was so mad at myself. I stepped outside. Like I don't remember nothing that happened in that match after that. Cause like I just had to, but
Hold
outside
on.
of that,
You did that?
yeah, that was me. That was
Who knew? Who knows that was you?
whoever was back by the table when I walked past and did it.
Okay, somebody came up and was like, "You did this," or that's
No,
crazy.
I'm following the action, so like I'm
Yeah.
just boom, kicked it out, and then they were just like the dude that was like I don't know who it was, but he just like took his headset off and just threw it down. He's like, man, the fucking feed just got lost, and I'm like, I did that.
Yeah. Welcome to
They ain't
wrestling.
never bringing me back to this shit again.
Nah, I didn't know that. That's funny. Yeah, because I knew he was having problems with it, but I didn't know that you was the culprit.
No, I'm blaming Hammerstone.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you shouldn't have
he
never moved
uncovered
it.
it.
And going
Nah,
back,
but
you got to thank NJ Holiday for giving you that pass that night because I told him fuck everybody, ain't nobody getting into this shit to help us with nothing. NJ was like, nah, they my people, man. So shout out to NJ Holiday for that.
yeah, for sure, man. But again, like just to bring back my initial question, like how did things like come together for bringing the show in? Because we got Karrion Kross from WWE, they had Ricochet coming in from AEW, you had some other
Yeah.
AEW folks, and you had AJ Francis from TNA, a bunch of folks from TNA came in. Like, so it was just like
The
you
real
never
forbidden
thought
door.
you would see, you never thought you see all them folks under the same roof, and it was for a great cause. Like how do we from the beginning to the night of, like how did we get there?
Yeah, I think that shout out to Joe DeFalco
Yeah,
who initially had
owner
the
of
idea.
FSW.
Yeah, owner of FSW, who initially had the idea, and it was an idea to run it as a small little house show at the FSW arena. And, it was like, oh, maybe we can get this or get that. And I remember even telling him, it's like, oh, we should get this person, that person. He said he's not going to ask anybody to come wrestle for free. And it was just them reaching out to Joe to be a part of this show as, when we pushed it back as it got bigger and bigger and was like, okay, this needs to be a casino show with all the attention that it's getting. But yeah, it was just Bay hit home for so many people because we knew him and just the type of person he was. And, that dream, like that's all he wanted to do was wrestle. And so it was so impactful. And then to, hear about it, the 20% chance of walking, I think it hit everybody. And it's just a testament, number one, to the wrestling community and how we show up and show support for our people. But for the path that Chris Bay laid out of being a good person, that doesn't happen. People get hurt all the time. But a Chris Bay was different. He's somebody that still gives back. FSW shows up training, and coaching people through stuff. But he would always be down to help. Like he never forgot where he came from, and he was just driven by passion. So yeah, when that came about, tragic, but it turned into a beautiful thing that night. To see him walking down to that ring and to be a part of it was just that was a moment there in that I'll never forget. That I don't think anybody that was there would forget. It was beautiful, man.
Man, yeah,
Yeah,
it
we
was
got
a
to.
different type of energy that like I've been to so many shows before, like PLEs, like if we PLEs, if y'all call them pay-per-views, still it's cool. But like
Yeah,
been to
pay-per-view.
them shows, been to several different shows, but like that show was so like it was a different feeling. Like it was a purpose, like versus just going there to have fun, good night. Like we had a good time, but we was also there for a good purpose as well. Like
Yeah.
it's the best indie show I've ever been to, and I'll probably ever go to.
Yeah, it was on a whole different magnitude. I just think from the talent that was there, the people that showed up, the emotion and energy of everybody, like you were saying, we knew why we were there. And I remember Bay saying he wanted to, should I come in early because I don't want everybody to leave at the end. And Joe was like, nobody's gonna leave. Like this is about you. Like you'll come out at the end. Like everybody will be there. And I think from top to bottom, except for the stream, except for the stream goal. It was like a successful event, and the fact that TNA, New Japan, WWE sent these talents, and there were so many other people that wanted to show up and be a part of that show that just couldn't do the scheduling. I think that it trumped wrestling to the fact of we're separate companies, this and that. It was like we're showing up for our people, and from everybody to get involved and being on the board of CAC, I was like, we got to step in here. Like this, number one, this is my guy, but number two, I think it's an opportunity for the younger generation to know we're there for them as an organization, and there's no way we can't be a part of this event and this night, as an organization, but as an individual, how magical that night was and how beautiful it was, and how far he's come since then. Like it's like that story right there. We gave him the Courage Award this year, and well deserved. Like I'll be posting the speech that he gave him and Kenny King, and just that. Yeah, Bay is a different cat.
No doubt. Yeah, I got him. I told TC we putting him on our year-end awards at the end of this year. I heard him talking to Chris Van Vliet in a bunch of interviews. Like, that's a special story. And I was like moved because I got to see him when he went to Wale Mania. First of all, you had Jeff Hardy out there already. So now I'm already like losing my shit. And then he brings Chris Bay out here. I see him walking.
Chris Bay come out there dancing.
Yes. I'm like, man.
That made me feel
out
so
dancing?
great.
He was gigging?
Yeah, man.
And this was like, it was Wale Mania. It was like 2 months after, not even 2 months, a month after the Bay show.
Yeah.
So like to see him, he was kind of like gingerly moving around like then, and see like now he on stage dancing a month later. So like
beautiful.
How like now like I seen him a little bit. You posted him during the Cauliflower Alley Club reunion week.
Yeah.
Like how has he been progressing so far since the Bay show versus then? Like I ain't seen him since April. So like how has he been now?
Now he's came a long way. I was surprised because I want to say the day before he showed up at the CAC, he had cut his hair. And I was like, okay. And then he had this montage where he's in the gym, and I'm like, God damn. Like, he ain't lost a step. He's jumping around and fucking lifting all kinds of weights, and, looks completely in shape. So I was like, okay, because last time I saw him was after the Beynefit. And obviously, we still have a long road to go.
Yes.
But, yeah, just, I don't know if you saw the clip where I asked him, why did he cut his hair? And he was like, well, that's when I was a pro wrestler. And I was like, hold on, when you were a pro wrestler.
All right. I was like, trying to tell us something.
Yeah. he understands where he's at now and his role. And he's just striving to get better and feel better and get back on track, whatever that is, if it's pro wrestling or whatever. And I love that. Some people will hold on to shit forever. And like, he's a different type of cat, like I say. So he's doing great. I mean, look, I think, and we could see him say he looks good, he looks great, but there's still that internal, whatever he's got going on. I know the pain's not gone. I know the mental anguish of what's next and what am I doing and who am I? That's got to be going on, and I think it's super important, and that was one of the things Karrion Kross said after the Beynefit show was like, keep checking on them, keep showing up. And it wasn't like we did the Beynefit, we did a great thing. Oh, and we all had an amazing time. Chris got his love. Now we go back to life. It was like, no, we got to give him this Courage Award at our thing and like, let them know we're still here. We ain't going nowhere. And I think the beautiful thing about, when we talk about CAC and him giving his speech, like he delivered it so perfectly, but it is a lot of older cats there that didn't know the first thing about Chris Bay. I had to explain to some people in the organization who Chris Bay was and watch this, and this is what he's done. So when he gave his talk and they saw the video, they got it. They understood. And I think for him, like I said, there were so many WWE execs there and so much talent. with that type of personality and that type of magic, God puts us in where we're supposed to be when we're supposed to be. You know, so if it's not wrestling, it's like I think he's willing to adapt to whatever, but opportunities will come his way. It's like, oh, that's why this happened, so I can do this and yada yada yada. That's the magic of life, man. So I think he's on the right path. He's got the right attitude, and greatest story ever told.
Yeah, man. I seen ESPN had an article on him recently too, which I've been meaning to check out. It's been bookmarked for however long. Well, I'm gonna get to it.
yeah.
Tab stays open.
That story is magical, and it's far from over. You know, and he's definitely taken tragedy and triumphing, and turning it into something beautiful. You know, that I think we can all relate to, and you know, but I do want to stress that too. Is like keep showing up, keep checking in, you know, and you know, understand that battle and that fight is still going on, whether or not he looks good and he's ripped again and doing this and that. It's like there's so much more behind the scenes that we don't know, you know, that internal struggle and you know the rocky road ahead is still continuing. So keep supporting them.
Yeah, and I appreciate like a lot of athletes setting the tone in the past, like I want to say like 10 years maybe, of setting the tone of like letting people know like I'm still a human being and I still got shit that I go through too. I remember like Kevin Love spoke on it a long time ago. I remember like John Wall recently had an article like in a Players Tribune, like I was suicidal, like I legit had them thoughts for real. Like and nobody knew. Like I didn't tell nobody. People thought I was okay. And like you don't know what people are going through internally. They show up publicly around other people because like, you know, they either don't want to alarm nobody or whatever the case may be. But like deep down inside, they having no struggle. So like I agree. Like, even if it's like just words of encouragement to Chris Bay, he posts something on Instagram, just post in his comments and be like, man, keep going, keep up the hard work, man. We here for you. And it might seem like a generic platitude, but like, no, genuinely be there as far as like, anyway, buy some merch. Like, I got a couple Chris Bay shirts I need to get.
Yeah.
Like, go buy some merch. Like, really support him. And like, when he get back, we gonna be there and then we gonna show up and show out and be real loud and vocal for it. It is gonna be amazing.
Yeah. It's whatever he chooses to do next. I mean, opportunities will come. And just very humble, and that was one of the reasons after the Beynefit was like, okay, you know, like I said, that could just be a period in time. But I was like, no, like when I called him to give him the award, he was like, yeah. I was like, oh, you want it or what? He was like, no, I'm just speechless. I don't know. You know, sometimes I just feel like I don't know why, you know, why me and this and you know, so still that humble. And we all have that internal dialogue going. I was like, cause you're the guy, man. And it's if this award is for anybody, it's for you. And he was like, man, you know, I'm speechless. I'm so grateful for this. And even at the time, you know, he was like, so what do you guys do again? I had to break it down. And, you know, he got it. But I think him being there was just such a, you know, it's not just we give you money, you know, we can help you or, you know, the fans donated this and that. It's letting them know we're still there. Like, here's this award. Like, what does that do for your internal dialogue? You know, and just to be around the wrestling and get that much love, like that helps push people through whatever times they're going through, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. To be a part of that story is a blessing.
And shout out Chris Bay. The Slammiversary, they aired this video package. I was like, tears fall.
Beautiful.
Yeah. No, it's just it's a crazy story. But you know, if anybody, like I said, sky's the limit. Wherever God takes him next,
man.
You know, he's gonna be a success at it. He's just he's built for this.
Yeah, because I look at like Big E in the same situation. A Big E tweet is actually how I found out that Chris Bay got hurt. Because he just like prayers up to Chris Bay, and I'm like, this is a WWE person. He talking about a TNA guy. Like something serious must have happened. And I went and, you know, found out about it. So like we see, you know, Big E's taking the opportunities he's been taking to do other things since he's been out. So I know, like, you know, whenever Chris mentally gets to that spot to do other things, man, he's going to be great at it because he's great in ring. So I know he's going to be good doing other things, man.
Yeah. He's just a phenomenal human being. And I was trying to get him to do a podcast. Like, you want to do a podcast? He was like, I don't know what I want to do yet. So
hey,
the door's open, you know. So
that'll blow up all the way. You want to do that, man?
Yeah. I think it's just
Too Sweet podcast, man.
Yeah, something, right? I mean, I could see it, but again, it was a thing of he's got a lot on his mind. What's the direction, you know? And I'm sure, you know, with his connections, he doesn't need to be coming to the kayfabe Dave cave over here doing shit. He probably be set up with WWE or something. So it's just a matter of time, but also being calculated. Some people would be like, yeah, whatever I can get, you know. He's like, I'm not even sure if that's on my radar yet, you know. So cool dude.
Hey, yeah, shout out to Chris Bay, man, and shout out to y'all at the Cauliflower Alley Club. I'm gonna say it again. I appreciate what y'all do. We appreciate what y'all do for the business just in general. And I think more people need to know about it. This is everybody talk about like there should be a wrestling union or whatever the case you know it may be. This is the closest thing we got to it right now, so we need to take advantage of it.
Yeah. So, yeah, and you talk about you as you guys as an organization. Once you become members, you're part of the solution. So we have given back. We do this. It's not like there's 5 people that sit on the board. We got the advisory board, but it's the members that make this happen. It's the wrestling community that is doing this. And you know, I'm so happy that you keyed in on the fact of, you know, they talk about you know, a union or healthcare. This is the closest thing there is to that in professional wrestling that is dedicated to that. We know you, we understand your story, and we're here to help. So I appreciate you keying in on that. But it's because of us, which is the wrestling community, and understanding that whether it's $35 for a year, every little bit helps. Just to say that I'm on board is a magical, and you're part of the solution to help those that have given so much. Thanks, and you never think it's going to happen to we're all thinking this retired wrestler, this guy, which happens a lot, you know, but when it hit Bay and we were able to assist in that, and, you know, that's when it hit home of what I'm doing in this organization on the board, to be able to say, let's get Bay in here. And see somebody that I knew that it affected. Because, you know, a lot of times you'll see an older cat and it's like, yeah, he's lived a long life. Things happen. We're here, 100%. 100%. But you don't think of the younger generation. And the younger generation doesn't think it's going to happen to me. But like Mick Foley said, the younger generation is going to be the older generation soon enough. And it's time to join the club, you know, and know that we're here for you. So.
Thanks, man. Y'all get y'all memberships to the Cauliflower Alley Club. It's $35. You might want to, you know, contribute more if you want to, but $35 for a year if you live in USA. And, you know, if you live in like, you know, internationally, it's going to cost a little bit more. I'm just saying, we tell y'all all the time how y'all waste your money on other things that provide very little value to you. Y'all can spend the $35 on a yearly membership. Or if you got it like that, you want the lifetime membership. I want to say, what was it, $410?
Yeah,
$410 for a lifetime membership. Like, you don't even got to throw the $100. You like, if you don't got it, you don't got it. That's okay. Save it. Save up to it. Save up till you get the $410 to spend, and then you be a lifetime member. You get to come to all the reunions. I'm gonna get my membership, and I'm gonna be at the reunion next year. I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
Well, you heard it here first. I don't see you there. I'm gonna get on my helmet. But,
oh no, I said it. If I say it, I'm doing it.
I'll tell you, because a lot of people don't know what to expect. But when you show up, you'll be like, "Oh, this is pretty damn cool." And you know, it's especially being in our backyard here in Las Vegas. It's like, it's just an experience that you don't want to, that you're like, I should have been coming before. Because I remember when like the Click and Shawn Michaels and Scott Hall, they all used to show up. And I was here and I'm like, oh, damn, I missed that. But I still didn't know what it was. It's those same type of things when, you know, there's Abdullah the Butcher and Mick Foley. And Mick was like, I want to sign exclusively with Abdullah because they had some brawls back in the days, but they've never signed together. So it was just good to see them there talking shit back and forth. Well, they weren't really talking shit, but just being next to each other, and so much history there that is dope. And $35. I bought Chinese food last night for $40. That could have been a year, membership. So think about doesn't sound like a lot. And there's, we send you the newsletters, which, we got the ear newsletters, which you get quarterly, on our honorees or on our organization. That $35 essentially covers printing and shipping for that order. So we're not taking a huge margin off it. But $35, you're a part of the club, you're a part of the solution. They say it is for the wrestling community, and it's for life, That's it. For the culture. Let's go.
Hey, we got it, man. Cauliflower Alley Club.org if you want to get your membership. But David, let the people know the subjects of Nuck If You Buckingham Palace. Let them know where they can find you at on social media. Wherever else you got going, whatever you want to plug, it's your time, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you guys for having me. You could on my Instagram, it's the David Difference at the David Difference. We also got at Kayfabe Friends Wrestling. I believe that's what it is.
Kayfabe Friends Wrestling.
Okay, switching it up. We're doing some reconstruction, but then also on the YouTube channel, which we're doing the Kayfabe Friends Wrestling podcast. You can go there, check out exclusive interviews, behind the scenes. We're working on some new biography stuff, a lot of different content that I'm excited about, and then also hosting CAC TV. Cauliflower Alley Club TV on YouTube as well. So we're trying to get the young generation, some of the older cats, tell stories and bring that all so everybody's just knows where to go to get their fix of history plus the future of this business. CAC TV on YouTube as well. I'm the David Difference, everywhere. And I'm revamping the website, so that'll be up too.
Yeah. Thanks, man. We're gonna be on the lookout for that, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, y'all can find me at Rehab24 on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Go to my linktree/Rehab. You can find all things regarding the Havoc Hour, talking sports and entertainment on there as well.
Yes, sir. I'm the Thespian TC Fontaine. Go check out my photography, most importantly, foyflix.com. Follow me on Instagram, foy.flix. And of course, Young Kings Wrestling available on not all, but most of the ones that matter. Social media platforms at YK Wrestling. Go to YKWrestling.com for all your needs. If you want merch, go to shop.YKWrestling.com. We got merch. We do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fire merch, man. Hey, man, the David Difference here, making his first, hopefully not last appearance. Hey, man.
Oh yeah, we
appreciate you again.
We got to run this back. And Nick too. We got to get Culture 8 run that back because it's been I don't know
almost 5 years.
Got Culture
going on 5 years.
Yeah. If you guys can give me a call, like NJ, he ain't taking my calls these days. So if you guys can get me a line with NJ, I'd appreciate it. He's out there.
I ain't seen him in months either.
I think I got his number from when we was at the Versus show. So I'll give him a shout.
Yeah. Tell him I said what's up, man. Now I ain't talked to NJ in a minute, but definitely, and he'll probably be like, "Oh, you wanted to beef with these cats. Now you doing a show." It's all love.
He wanted to beef. Hold on, this is the first time I heard
of this. If you love wrestling, like I love wrestling, you're a kayfabe friend of mine, and like you guys are part of the family. Yeah. So I appreciate that, and it's all love. I want to see everybody win, so I'm here for you guys, and I appreciate the support that you've given me and kayfabe friends and CAC. No doubt. So I appreciate that. It's all love. Let's all win. Spoiler alert: we win.
Hell yeah, we all winning, man. Young Kings Wrestling, man. We out of here.
Yes, sir.
Gone.